Zappos.com has perfected the art of selling shoes online. And you've ordered from Zappos in the past many times.
Oh, yeah. You've also perfected, like, wasting many hours of my time.
Right. And why is it good to buy from Zappos?
Well, the customer service is awesome. They usually will upgrade you to free delivery or, like, free one-day delivery, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And if you ever have to return the shoes, they pay for the shipping. So it's, like, totally no strings attached.
Right.
It's great.
If you think about it, selling shoes online is actually a very tricky business because most people are used to going into a store and seeing the shoes and trying them on and walking around in them for a while. And, it would seem like buying shoes online is a very risky thing.
Right.
Okay. So one of the things that Zappos does really well is risk reversal.
Absolutely.
So if you order the shoes, they will pay for the shipping, and if you don't like them, they will pay for the return shipping too.
Which is awesome.
So no big deal. So they've taken all of the risk away from you as the purchaser. They've taken it all on themselves. If you don't like it, they'll eat the cost. Okay. The thing that they do particularly well, and why customers really love ordering from Zappos, is what you just mentioned. In that, more often than not, Zappos customer service representatives will upgrade you to free overnight shipping.
Yeah.
Sometimes without even telling you.
And it's like, even though I know they do it all the time, I called once to change my last name after we got married, and they were like, as a wedding present, we're going to give you free shipping and even, free one-day shipping. And even though I knew they would do it anytime, it still made me feel good. It's like, I totally, bought into it.
Right. Or if you're not paying attention and, you're expecting your shoes to come in, 3 to 5
Well, that's what they
days.
tell you. Even on the website, when you order, they say free shipping is 3 to 5 days, and then you get them the next day.
It's
pretty cool.
Whoa, that is cool.
Yeah, particularly because with shopping, it really is one of those things that it's like immediate gratification, and they make it as close to that as they can online.
Right. And the reason, so if they do this for all of their orders, the question is, why don't they advertise it?
Well, because it makes you feel more excited when it's a surprise.
Right. So, they probably could sell more shoes if they said free overnight shipping on all of our orders, which is basically what they do. Mm-hmm. But they don't.
Because it makes you feel special.
It makes you feel special when you get something you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So not only is Zappos delivering on what you wanted, they're giving an unexpected bonus or an unexpected benefit.
Definitely.
And this is a concept called the expectation effect. And the expectation effect is a way of describing how people evaluate the experiences or the offers or the products that they have.
Right.
And there's actually a pseudo equation that works really well here.
Okay.
Performance of any offer equals the quality of that offer. Or I'm sorry, quality equals performance, how well it actually does,
right,
minus expectations,
could totally
how you
see
expected
that.
it to
Totally
do.
see that.
And so if the performance is above your expectations, the quality is good.
Right.
If the performance is below your expectations, quality is bad.
Right.
No matter how good it actually is.
Absolutely.
And there's a really wonderful example of this with Apple, actually. And when Apple came out with the original iPhone. Now, it had been rumored that Apple was going to do a phone for quite a while. And people expected that phone to be really good because
Apple does good stuff.
Now, what ended up being launched as the iPhone, having internet features and having, all of these things that were absolutely new to the world and unexpected, people were just blown away. And so the first generation of the iPhone was seen as this really, really wonderful product, and everybody who used it loved it because it far surpassed their expectations of what a phone was capable of doing. Okay. Now, a year and some change later, Apple comes out with the iPhone 3G, which was their second generation. And expectations for this thing are high. I mean, there was almost nothing that Apple could do to prevent people from being disappointed.
Right.
I mean, it's like heavenly choir of angels singing every time you answer the phone. I mean, that was probably the only thing they could have done.
Right.
And so there were a couple of glitches with the network, which was new. There were a couple of glitches with the battery, which was new. There were a couple of glitches with the sign-up process, which was new.
Oh, man.
And so the second generation iPhone was actually a pretty big reputation hit for Apple because instead of focusing on, iPod Generation 2 or iPhone Generation 2, which could do way more stuff than the first version, instead of focusing on the improvements to the product,
It was just the glitches.
It was the glitches. And people focused on all of the things that went wrong,
Right.
because Apple violated their expectations, which were way high.
That's rough.
Even though version 2 was better than version 1. So that's the expectation effect. Obviously the expectations of customers going in have to be high enough
To make them buy it.
for people to buy it in the first place.
Yeah.
But
It's tricky.
you have to at least meet those expectations, if not go above them, if people are going to
Right.
think of this as a really good
Which is why it's good to save a couple things just in case something goes wrong, I guess.
Exactly. And, going back to Zappos,
Yeah.
the best way that you can surpass a customer's expectations is by offering an unexpected benefit or an unexpected bonus, something that's not advertised, something they didn't pay for,
Yeah.
just something extra that's seen as very valuable.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you get the benefit of not only are you delivering on what you promised in the first place, but like Zappos, you're doing something really cool in addition to
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
And that's the best way, if you plan for that, that's the best way you can ensure that your customers have a really good experience.
Absolutely.
Because you're delivering what you promised and then you're giving above and beyond that. And that's what makes customers sit up and take notice and say, yes, this was really awesome. I would do business with them again.
Yeah, you're actually making me think of my old job when I was working for Mark Ingram. Similar thing, even though I wasn't a customer, I was an employee. He did a similar thing for us with bonuses, where there was nothing about bonuses in my contract. But every once in a while, he would just give you a bonus. And you were like, what is this for? But of course, it made you feel super excited. And that'll show you why when we moved here after New York, I had been working there for 3 years and I was still the newest employee. Everyone had been with him for like 10, 12, 15 years. And that's why he made it a really good place to work. So I guess even if you should definitely do it with your products, but you can also do it with your employees. Makes it extra special.
It's very true. And it wouldn't have felt as special if
I
that
knew
was
I was
part
gonna
of your
get
base
it.
salary.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just part of your expectation.
Right. Now he probably planned, well, I don't know this for a fact, but he probably planned and allotted that in his budget. But since we didn't know about it, it felt super, super fabulous.
Yep. Managers take note.
Yeah.
And it's if you can surpass any person's expectations, the perceived quality of the total experience is much higher. So that's the expectation effect.